Yes, good morning students. So in last class we have started with the chapter first, that is reproduction in organism. We have discussed meaning of reproduction, significance of reproduction. We have learned about the term lifespan and some other basic ideas about asexual and sexual reproduction. So let's today start with the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, as I mentioned, simple. It is the primitive mode of reproduction, and this mode of reproduction generally seen in lower organisms like member of Monera. Even we talk about the bacteria. Bacteria reproduce by a very simple method of reproduction that we have studied in the junior classes also, that is by fission. Similarly, yeast by budding. Protista, member of Protista, member of lower plants, member of lower animals like invertebrates, also reproduce by asexual method of reproduction. So, if we look into the meaning of asexual reproduction, in this mode of reproduction we can find two very important things. This reproduction generally do not involve gamete formation. And more important is, there is no fusion of gametes, there is no fertilization. So it is basically different from sexual reproduction by absence of gamete formation and fusion of gametes. This is very important point. So we can write it as, this method of reproduction is, as we discussed, that is quickly we can recap, this is uniparental. Uniparental means single parent involved, single individual or parent involved. This is very important. Here only single parent involved. It may be a single cell. Generally, this mode of reproduction seen in unicellular organism also. This is the main mode of reproduction in unicellular organisms. Uniparental. It means only one organism. There is no sexuality. There is no male and female. Then generally, there is no formation of gametes. Many times what happens, gamete formation takes place, but these gametes without undergo the fertilization or fusion, they may directly develop into new organism, then it will come under the asexual reproduction. But we can say no fusion of gametes, or in other words we can say no fertilization. This is most important. This is a key feature. No fertilization. So this you have to keep in mind. Wherever there is asexual reproduction, there will be no fertilization. Then next point, keep in mind, in this mode of reproduction, there will be kind of cell division. That point also we have discussed. Cell division involved. Cell division, please keep in mind, will be mitosis, mitotic division. You will not find meiosis. Mitotic division. So please keep in mind the type of cell division involved in asexual method of reproduction is mitosis. Absence of meiosis, there is no meiosis, right? Then when this reproduction is carried out by the mitosis, there is no fusion of gametes, then definitely there will be no recombination, there will be no variations, means the genes, the DNA of only one organism is involved. So definitely the offspring will be identical to parents. So please keep in mind, offsprings will be even genetically identical. Genetically identical to parent or parent cell. So please keep in mind, this identical word is very important. Offspring is identical. to the parent morphologically, physiologically, and most important is offspring produced by asexual reproduction is always genetically identical to parent. These genetically identical offsprings are known as clone. This is a very common word, clone. So offspring produced by asexual reproduction is known as clone. Or clone is the offspring which is genetically identical to parent. Wherever term clone comes, means this is the offspring produced by method of reproduction, that is the asexual reproduction, which is identical to their parent, clone. Now, when we say clone, one more thing we can add here. It is identical to parent means no variations. Variation word is very important term that generally we discuss in the genetics, and whenever there is sexual reproduction, generally we write there are variations. So in case of asexual reproduction, no variation or no variability. No variability. Whenever we talk about asexual reproduction, there will be no variation. But please keep in mind, sometime we can find variation. This is a different thing we should understand. Sometimes even in the asexual method of reproduction, we can find some of the variations. These variations will be result of two things. That is, as I mentioned, whenever there is reproduction, there will be DNA copying. There will be DNA replication, because when the cell division is involved, means there will be DNA copying or the replication. During DNA copying, if any error occur, that may lead to the variation. So first cause of variation in asexually reproducing organism may be error in DNA copying, or sometimes we can see there may be genetic mutation. The variation may be result of error in DNA copying or genetic mutation. So we can say generally in case of asexual reproduction there is no variation, but exceptionally during asexual reproduction variation may occur. Variations may occur, but they are exceptional. Variations are rare. Occur due to error in DNA copying. Please keep in mind, error in DNA copying, or in other words, that is we can say genetic mutation. And this is very common. Like we talk about bacteria, like we talk about other mammalians. Genetic mutation is common. New strains develop. Genetic mutation. So generally during asexual reproduction there is no variation, but variation exceptionally may appear due to error in DNA copying, as well as that may be due to genetic mutation. So mutation what we will discuss in genetics. Mutation means sudden change in the genetic makeup of any organism that will lead to the variation. Otherwise normally there is no variations during asexual reproduction. We can add one more point. Asexual method of reproduction is simple and rapid. It is a simple method of reproduction. Simple and rapid. Simple and rapid mode of reproduction. Means number of offspring produced are always high. This method of reproduction is very quick, rapid, less resources required, and the growth of organism will be exponential. Means there will be sudden increase in number. Like we talk about the bacteria. So if bacteria reproduce by asexual method of reproduction, and that is by fission, so there will be continuous multiplication. Like one cell will divide into 2, 2 into 4, 8, and likewise. So there will be exponential growth. So this method of reproduction is very simple, rapid, but whenever there is a exponential growth in the population of organism, there must be large number of resources, and most important, large number of resources required is nothing but availability of food. Availability of food play very important role, as well as the environment should be favorable to carry out the asexual reproduction. So please keep in mind, asexual reproduction generally takes place during favorable conditions. So here we can add one more point in this. Takes place in favorable conditions. Now what are favorable conditions? That depends on the organisms. Like one of the favorable conditions I mentioned, this may be availability of food. Favorable condition may be availability of food, that may be temperature, that may be humidity, presence of water. So likewise, for different organisms, different favorable conditions are there. So asexual reproduction generally takes place in a favorable condition. Same organism who is reproducing by the asexual mode of reproduction may switch to the sexual mode of reproduction when the conditions are unfavorable. We will discuss in detail how sexual mode of reproduction help organism to survive in the unfavorable condition. Like you talk about higher plants, pteridophytes, bryophytes, they reproduce by asexual method of reproduction, vegetative propagation. But in unfavorable condition, they switch to the sexual mode of reproduction. Not only these, even in the fungi, even in the bacteria, conjugation takes place in the unfavorable conditions. So why this takes place, that we will discuss later on. Okay, so let's start with the new point, that is different types of asexual reproduction. Different types of asexual reproduction. Types of asexual reproduction you can recall. We have studied in the previous classes also. Fission, the most simple, most primitive method of asexual reproduction is the fission. Then budding, fragmentation, regeneration, sporulation, and in the plants we use word vegetative propagation. So let's start with the first method of asexual reproduction, that is fission. So we have to understand the meaning of the term fission. Fission comes from the Latin word fissus. This word stands for formation of cleft, or in other words we can say this is cleavage. So literally this is not definition. If you look into the term fission, that comes from the Latin word, that Latin word is fissus. Fissus, and this fissus means there is cleft formation, cleavage, and both the word we can use for the kind of to divide. It means here in this mode of reproduction, simply the mature cell or the mature parent cell divide into two or more than two cells. So fission can be defined as, in favorable conditions, mature parent cell divide into two or more than two daughter cells. So we can write it here in this method of mode of reproduction. Mature parent cell, this word is very important, divide. It is very simple division. This is the mitotic division. Mitotically divide in favorable condition. Mature parent cell divide in favorable condition, or directly we can write mature parent cell divide into two or more than two daughter cells. Two daughter cells. So that is very interesting point to note here. The key word here to remember is divide. Parent cell itself divide. Either it divide into two equal halves, or it may divide into more than two daughter cells. So this is fission. To understand this process, we can take one example which is already known to us. That example we can take is the bacteria. So all of you have studied the fission in the bacteria. Then we will take another example and different types of fission. Bacteria. If we look into the bacterial cell, this is the bacterial cell. Here it is a nucleus. And this cell, generally we see divide into two equal and identical daughter cells. These cells are called daughter cells. Instead of using word offspring, this is cell, so we use word daughter cells. Right? This cell is called parent cell. So basically, this is a division. This is a mitotic division. So mitotic division is synonym to the fission. Mitotically, parent cell divided into two equal, identical daughter cells. Now here, if you notice, broadly it carried out by two steps. So we have to understand the two steps of fission. So it will help us to understand different type of fissions. So two steps. When we recall the process of mitosis, when the somatic cell, vegetative cell, or any unicellular organism divide by the process of mitosis, we generally see first nucleus divide. And once nucleus is completely divided, it is followed by cytoplasmic division. So broadly it have two steps, that is nuclear division, and this is followed by the cytoplasmic division. So please keep in mind, whenever there is fission, there will be mitosis, and there will be two steps. Generally in binary fission and all, two steps are very clear. Two steps during the cell division. These steps are, first one is nuclear division. This is called nuclear division, and nuclear division will be followed by cytoplasmic division. Cytoplasmic division. And another word we use, that also you can recall, for nuclear division we use word karyokinesis. Karyon word stand for the nucleus, means nuclear division, and second, that is cytoplasmic division, is known as cytokinesis. This is one of the steps of cell division, cytokinesis. So whenever we talk about fission in organisms like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, bacteria, we will find first nucleus divide, and the nuclear division will be followed by division of cytoplasm or cytokinesis. So this basic process is followed during the process of fission. So let's discuss different type of fission. So most common type of fission is binary fission. Broadly we say binary fission and multiple fission, which is there in our syllabus. Binary fission and multiple fission. This you have studied in class 10th also. So in bacteria, this is binary fission. Binary means the parent cell, a mature parent cell, divide into daughter cell. So let's try to understand binary fission. Binary fission. In this, single parent cell divide, single parent cell divide into two identical daughter cells. So here please remember, division is there, but most important thing is two. How many cells are produced here? Two daughter cells are produced. That's why it is called binary fission. So binary fission, again you can go through the definition. It is a fission in which single mature parent cell divide into two identical daughter cells. equal and identical. This is very important. Equal and identical daughter cells. So parent cell divides equally into two daughter cells, and these daughter cells are identical to each other. This is very important point to note here. So again, if we look into during binary fission what happens, we should take example amoeba, right? So amoeba shows a particular type of binary fission, and this binary fission is the most, we can say this is the simple binary fission, or this is showing the irregular binary fission. Irregular, because amoeba have irregular body structure shape, irregular binary fission. Another type of binary fissions we will discuss. Different types are there of binary fission. Okay, so binary fission we can classify. First I should write here binary fission, simple binary fission. As I mentioned, simple binary fission takes place in the amoeba. Examples are very important. Simple, or this is also we can say irregular binary fission. Example we can write amoeba. Then we have, this depends on the plane of division, plane of division. We can classify binary fission into different types: simple binary fission or irregular binary fission that takes place in amoeba. Transverse binary fission. This kind of binary fission is seen in the paramecium. This is seen in the paramecium. Okay, we will draw diagram and we will try to understand. Then third, if it divide to the longitudinal, so longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal binary fission is seen in the euglena. These all are member of Protista, protozoa, that is paramecium, amoeba, another euglenoid, that is the euglena. All these are the Protistians. Beside that, this may be oblique also. So we can write here. This is, we can mark it as the first type. This is second type of binary fission. This is third type of binary fission, and here we can write fourth type of binary fission. This is oblique. Oblique type of binary fission is seen in Serratium. This is not very important. It is not there in our syllabus in the NCERT, but these three you can remember: simple, transverse, and longitudinal. And the examples are very familiar. We are familiar with this example. Simple one found in amoeba, transverse in the paramecium, and longitudinal in the euglena. So let's first try to understand simple type of binary fission which is seen in the amoeba. So we can understand it with the help of the diagram. So quickly we can draw the diagram to understand simple binary fission in the amoeba. How the nuclear and cytoplasmic division takes place. So we can draw it as a flow chart. So now we know this is the mature cell of amoeba. This cell we can mark as this is the parent cell. So any mature cell which undergo the binary fission is known as parent cell. This is the parent cell. Now what will happen in this parent cell? First of all, as we have discussed, there will be division of nucleus. This nucleus will divide. Please keep in mind, nuclear star division. There will be cleft formation in the nucleus, and nuclear starts its division. So this is we can mark as the nuclear division. What is seen here? Nuclear division. This nuclear division is followed by, so here now you can see nuclear division is completed. So this divided into two daughter nuclei. What is visible here? Two daughter nuclei. Slowly and gradually this nucleus divided into two daughter nuclei, and here you can see now after division of nucleus, here we can see there is a cytoplasmic division or cytokinesis. cytoplasmic division, and at the end slowly and gradually there is plaque formation in the cytoplasm. This is animal cell, so there this cytoplasm will also divide and there will be formation of two equal and identical daughter cells. Two equal and identical daughter cells. So these can be considered as daughter cells. These are known as the daughter cells. So you can see here, this is a mature parent cell. Mature parent cell in favorable condition undergo the binary fission. First what start nuclear division or karyokinesis. This is we say karyokinesis. This is very important point. These are two major steps: karyokinesis followed by nuclear division. Here nuclear division get over, cytoplasmic division starts, and ultimately cytoplasm also divide, and that result in formation of two daughter cells. Now remember, these two daughter cells are identical to each other. Parent cell divide equally. Cytoplasm and nucleus divide equally. Nucleus divide into two nuclei and cytoplasm divide equally. So here equal division. Whenever we talk about binary fission, please keep in mind the cytoplasm and nucleus divide equally. This is very important. So this is the flow chart showing the simple binary fission in the amoeba. Right? Let's quickly look into the transverse and longitudinal also. Transverse binary fission and longitudinal binary fission with help of diagram. This is simple. Oblique we can rub it. So this is transverse binary fission in parameciums. All of you know paramecium appear, it had two nucleus, micronucleus. This is the paramecium cell. This is the nucleus. So what will happen? It will first, this nucleus will elongate. Nucleus here we can see the macronucleus, the larger nucleus elongate, as well as the smaller nucleus also elongate. Both the nucleus elongate, and ultimately nuclear division get over, and now there is, we can see plaque formation and nuclear division is over now. Now cytoplasmic division has started, and ultimately it will result in two daughter cells. So similar labeling we can do. Parent cell, nuclear division. This is but transverse division. The plane is different. Transverse division, and ultimately that result in the formation of two daughter cells. Similarly, in case of Euglena, we can see the cell divide longitudinally. The cell divide longitudinally. All of you know the diagram of Euglena. Okay, here flagella is present, nucleus is present. I am not going to show other parts of the Euglena. So here what will happen? This nucleus will divide first, and that will be followed by division like this. So this division, this plane of division is longitudinal. This division, nucleus divide first. So here nucleus will divide like this. After nuclear division, this cell will divide, and this is called longitudinal division. So where we see the longitudinal division in the Euglena, longitudinal binary fission seen in the Euglena, transverse binary fission seen in the paramecium, and most common simple or irregular binary fission seen in the amoeba. So these three examples you have to remember in case of the binary fission. Alright. Now oblique, one more we have mentioned in the serotium. Serotium example you can remember. Now let's move to the next type of fission. We have completed with the binary fission. Next type of fission is multiple fission. This is called multiple fission. This is very interesting. Multiple fission. It is called multiple because the parent cell divide repeatedly. The parent nucleus divide repeatedly. That's why it is called multiple fission. What itself denote? It is self-explanatory. That multiple means parent nucleus divide repeatedly. And once it divide repeatedly, it make large number of daughter nuclei. And each of the daughter nuclei get encysted. And once it get encysted, encystment happen. These result in formation of spores, and this process generally considered as the sporulation. So we will look into the complete process taking the example of amoeba. So simple definition of multiple fission is, here the mature parent cell divide repeatedly to produce large number of daughter cells. So first point we can write, parent cell divide repeatedly, okay, to produce large number of daughter nuclei. So here please note these two words, that in case of binary fission, parent cell divide into two cells. In case of multiple fission, parent cell divide into many cells. And there only single division, but in case of multiple fission, there is a repeated division. Repeated division of nucleus and repeated division of cytoplasm. Repeated division of the nucleus and repeated division of the cytoplasm. There it lead to formation of two daughter nuclei. Here there is formation of many or large number of daughter nuclei. Second point we have to remember, these daughter nuclei are encysted. Each of the daughter nuclei are encysted, as well as the complete parent cell is also encysted. So here in simply we can say there is presence of cyst. Cyst means they are protected inside the thick layer. Okay, so here cyst is present. So I will show you with the diagram. Cyst is present. Okay. Third point we have to remember, this kind of fission generally seen in unfavorable condition. Unfavorable. Whenever there is favorable condition, there will be continuous division and that will be binary fission. But same amoeba may undergo the multiple fission. Multiple fission help them to overcome from the unfavorable condition, help them to survive in the unfavorable condition. How it helps them to survive in the unfavorable condition? By making cyst, a thick cutaneous protective layering surrounding of the daughter nuclei. And these cells, encysted cell, can survive in the extreme condition. And these cells also help to overcome all the harsh and hostile conditions. So we can write, generally takes place in unfavorable conditions. Unfavorable environment or conditions. Whenever there is unfavorable condition, this takes place. Okay. Most important term that differentiate binary fission from multiple fission is repeated division, presence of cyst, and this generally takes place in the unfavorable conditions. And please keep in mind, this method of reproduction is found exclusively in the unicellular organisms, particularly in the member of Monera and Protista. So let's take example of amoeba and try to understand two examples. At least you have to remember these two examples are Plasmodium and amoeba. So first of all, you take down the examples of organisms which undergo the multiple fission is Plasmodium. Plasmodium, all of you know, is a malarial pathogen. It is a protozoa. Plasmodium. We will discuss about it complete life cycle in class 12, and this have a particular kind of multiple fission that lead to sporogony and cytogony. So that we will discuss in detail later on, but you know this example from class 10, Plasmodium. This is very important. Second example you can remember, that is amoeba. These two examples you have to remember. So let's we go into detail of amoeba, and if you look into the multiple fission in the Plasmodium, this is the Plasmodium cell. This is Plasmodium cell. First of all, this nucleus divide repeatedly, and there is formation of many daughter nuclei. Before formation of many daughter nuclei, as I mentioned, there will be encystment. There will be formation of a thick layer in surrounding of it. So we should show this thick layer also in surrounding of it, that protect it from the harsh environment. This thick layer is known as cyst. Okay. Now these daughter nuclei, after formation of daughter nuclei, cytoplasmic division, and there is formation of large number of daughter cells which are identical to each other. Now when favorable condition come, this cyst burst, and due to bursting of this cyst, all the daughter nuclei come out, and each of the daughter nuclei is spread in their habitat and develop into the new organism. So that is the diagram showing the Plasmodium. Now let's look into the amoeba. In amoeba, all of you know, amoeba generally it has pseudopodia and irregular. Now when it whenever there is unfavorable condition, what will be unfavorable condition for the amoeba? When water desiccates in the pond. Amoeba is the protistean which is found in the fresh water. When there is no more water available in the pond, amoeba have to develop a cyst in surrounding of it, and it have to undergo the multiple fission, sporulation, to overcome that harsh condition. Now, first of all, the first step will be this amoeba will withdraw its pseudopodia. Amoeba withdraw its pseudopodia first of all. Withdraw pseudopodia. After withdrawing the pseudopodia, this undergo a process which is very important. The development of thick layer. It secrete a thick layer in surrounding of its cell membrane. And this process is very important, that is called encystment. Encystment stands for formation of cyst. Formation of three-layer cyst. Three-layer cyst. Okay. So this cell undergo the encystment. Now this nucleus start division. This encysted cell undergo the. So now you will listen, observe carefully. So as I mentioned, there will be repeated division in the genetic material nucleus, and there will be formation of large number of daughter nuclei. Okay. Now each of the daughter nuclei will be surrounded by cytoplasm, and there will be cytoplasmic division in the beginning, and once cytoplasmic division get over, each of the cell may form a thick layer in surrounding of it. When they make a thick layer of surrounding of it, the structures, the resultant structures are called, these resultant structures are called spores. These are called spores, and this process is called sporulation. This process is called sporulation. So these two words you have to remember: encystment, sporulation. So quickly we can recap: unfavorable condition, unavailability of water. In absence of water, unavailability of water, pseudopodia are withdrawn by the amoeba. Once pseudopodia are withdrawn, there is secretion of thick layer, protective layer. That thick layer is called cyst. This cyst formation is called encystment. Once cyst is formed, the parent cell nucleus undergo the repeated division. There is formation of many daughter cells, and each of the daughter cell again develop the cyst and they turn into spores. These spores are highly resistant to the environment. Even they can survive for years to go, months to go. When next favorable season will come, they will germinate and they will develop into the new daughter amoebae. Right? So formation of these spore is called sporulation. So these two words are very important in the multiple fission. So when we will write difference between binary fission and multiple fission, please keep in mind, first difference, single division in the binary fission, repeated division in the multiple fission, no cyst formation in the binary fission, cyst formation in the multiple fission. Only two daughter nuclei are produced. Here large number of daughter nuclei are produced. Large number of daughter cells are produced. Binary fission generally takes place in the favorable condition, but multiple fission generally takes place in the unfavorable condition. So we will list out the differences in the next class between the binary fission and multiple fission. So we have completed with the first method of asexual reproduction, that is the fission. In next class we will be taking the budding. Thank you.